Hello, my friend. Robert Ragan here with Treasure Maps Genealogy. It's been a long while since the end of 2021 that anything to do with Treasure Maps Genealogy was sent out to you or you've heard from me. And I'm so sorry about that situation. I just could not keep coming back to you with bad news. But I have a lot of good news today. And I'm very excited about what's coming up, and I think you will be too. But I promise you that during that time, my time away, remember, it started in 1995, over 25 years, and that's the first time that's ever happened. But Treasure Maps Genealogy and you have been on my mind consistently. And in most of my video courses, you only hear my melodious voice, and I'm showing you things to do on the computer screen. But now here I am in front of the camera, older, wiser, with a lot more gray on Mount Smoochmore. But this is a private video for my Treasure Maps Genealogy readers and supporters. So if you're wondering, wait a minute, who is this Robert guy? Then you might want to just skip ahead to one of the new videos I'm just putting up on the Treasure Maps Genealogy YouTube channel about rising from the ashes and the exciting new direction that Treasure Maps Genealogy is going in. Because in this video, I'm speaking from the heart and getting personal and being a little vulnerable with a sprinkling of TMI. That means too much information, but not too much. You see, many of you have been with me for over 20 years. Many of you. I know a lot of you by name. I've never met you. And several of you have become what I call family history heroes. And that's those of you who donated just to support the Treasure Maps Genealogy site and the newsletter, or you purchased some of my courses. I've created several over the years. And you've made, or you just flat out made donations to help keep it going. You just don't understand what a big deal your support was. So if you don't remember anything else, please remember this. There's no possible way I could have done Treasure Maps Genealogy way back since 1995 until it went off the rails in late 2021 without your support, period. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my family was always grateful and thankful for you and your support as well. And for me, that is the most important thing I want to say to you in this private video. You see, it doesn't matter how valuable, helpful, or wonderful any of my content or course materials are. If you had not helped keep it going up and running for decades, it simply would not have happened. So you remember that, okay? You made all the difference. And I've been wanting to say that for a long time. I don't want to be a gushy Gus, but I am a tender-hearted Southern man with my simple biscuit and cornbread ways. So enough said. So are you ready for a personal notes from Robert style update? Here we go. And like I said, I'm dishing out the dirt, spilling the tea with a sprinkling of TMI. And there's a comedian named Patton Oswalt, and he's a Lord of the Rings nerd. He was on King of Queens for several years. But he was about to tell a story and said, don't worry, I'm going to take you to Mordor and bring you right back to the Shire. And that's how I feel right about now. So we're going to go to Mordor just briefly and then back to the Shire. Because Treasure Maps Genealogy and me, it's about love and light, not about doom and gloom. So Treasure Maps Genealogy wants to say in the Shire always. So all those years, Treasure Map Genealogy's email newsletter went out monthly. And I always had a section in there called Personal Notes from Robert, and I'd give updates and that type of thing. Well, here's a special version of that, and I'm going to give you a pretty big update, and I'm going to show a handful of pictures here to explain things. Ready? This picture is from the late 1980s. It's my wife Ellen and I when we were young. Oh, to be young again, right? And here's one of my favorite pictures of her with our oldest son, Jonathan, when he was a little guy. And with our youngest, Michael, when he was a little guy. And I love this picture of them. I think I've shared this one before in the past, but it's one of my favorites. So sweet and little. They're both men now. And this is in 2007 when we moved from Florida to Indiana. And note how little the little guy is, by the way, because there he is at his high school graduation. He's a giant. And this was the last time, the last kind of big event that Ellen got to go to. And one of Ellen's favorite pictures of her was her high school picture. And this was her last Facebook profile picture. And it's also what is sadly etched on her tombstone marker as well. You see, she passed in December 2021. It's natural to wonder how, and I'm going to tell you. You see, she was a 2-time cancer survivor, and she is tough as nails, but it was non-alcoholic liver cirrhosis, fatty liver over the years. I hope you never experience that or have anybody that you love in that situation. And if you know what the term paracentesis means, and confusion due to high ammonia levels and a horrible medicine called lactulose, then God bless you. And I hope you never do. But so that's what happened. And life since then has been obviously turned upside down and trying to work things out. But we're going to leave Mordor and go back to the Shire, because I'm going to show you an idea of how things are now. Okay? We are all coming back Ragan strong. This is my boys and I recently at Target. Michael's on the left, the tall one, Jonathan on the right. And note that there's a card behind me. I have a reason for telling you that. My grandmother, we called her Nana. She said all the time, "It's hell getting old." And oh, I had no idea of how right she would be. Remember that cart? I had to hold on to that cart. I don't go into a store without a cart. And when I used to take her for what she called the Kmart shuffle, and she'd always say, "Gotta have my cart." And it's okay, Nana, okay. And oh, I gotta have my cart. And what you don't see is I've got my arm around, I think I got my cane hooked over here, because if I go out of the house, because in the house you can hold on to stuff. Oh, I gotta have a cane. I use it for many years now. It's hard being broke down. And Nana was so right. It's all getting old. And I'd like to share something with you that has helped me heal, or I'm still in the healing process, but heal and keep my balance. It is music. Both my brother and I learned to play guitar at our daddy's knee. Now, this is a picture. My dad's been gone 20 years this year, and we were real close and miss him terribly. But, well, two things here. On the left, that's young me. You don't see a lot of gray, but there's a lot of beef on the hoof. And that's no bull. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Sorry that my dad jokes are horning in on this conversation. And I'm playing his guitar here. And then he is playing. This is just very shortly before he passed. And he passed at age 60 suddenly. And it was, heartbreaking. But he is playing a 12-string guitar, which I have to this day. And I'm mentioning this for this reason. I play around town. I live in a small, wonderful community town in our township, really, in Indiana. And the library is wonderful. And by the way, that's a very magical acoustical spot. There's an amp plugged into that guitar, and that is my dad's 12-string. And it is beautiful. And when I play it, I say this in all seriousness, I play it to make the angels weep. It is so pretty. And I've, since I've been playing so long, I'm proficient, and it's just a joy to play. And so they ask me sometimes to play for different events at my local library, which my kids grew up with. And there's just we have a very wonderful library, very active. And this just brings me so much joy. The music was sounding good. It was really upbeat. And this little guy was just a little dancing machine. And so, there are good things, and good things are going on. And this is one of this last one. This is one of the favorite pictures of me that was taken at that event. And I was actually thinking about my dad at this moment as I was putting the thing in, because I was thinking about he would be so happy that this very guitar is being played and for such a great event. And for some reasons, kids really lock into the music. And I was just playing just instrumental. And like I said, I've been playing a long time, so I can play and I'm pretty proficient. But it does sound so magical. And the younger people especially are just enthralled by music. And it is such a joy. And I just know, my dad's really happy about that. So that's what's kind of happening these days. And it's not all bad. Oh, and that picture of the boys at Target, I had a Target employee take that, and they were embarrassed and everything. But it's like, they're used to. You got to be used to that. Oh, my dad did that to me, right? It builds character. It builds character, I say. So you ready to hear some dirt? This only going to be in this private video about what's coming up for Treasure Maps Genealogy. Here we go. Well, one thing I will mention is look for the video will be out either the same day you got the email and this video comes out, or like the day after. I've got 3 other videos in production, and I'm excited about them. But I want to mention this: like a lot of my course materials in the past are long, hours worth of stuff, just hours, because I carefully take you through every little step, just take you by the hand and carry you through. You got to see this and this and this. And, but it takes, for any kind of course, it takes a lot of time to go through. And also the Treasure Maps Genealogy newsletter has been the main source of material. And even back in the older days, sometimes there'd be a part 1 or part 2 because it was so long. So the email was the thing, and different things like the Facebook group, or I've had a YouTube up channel for years, but it doesn't have many videos on it. And actually, I'm taking them off because we're starting fresh. But that channel has been there. But the main source of the information, the helpful information and everything, has been in the newsletter. So, but we're changing that. The YouTube channel is going to be the main focus where it comes. And please stay subscribed to the newsletter. I'm not going to send you tons of email, maybe a couple a month or something. But when new videos are out and it's something to look for, just short emails to let you know. But there is good stuff coming. So on the new, improved, Rising from the Ashes, Treasure Maps Genealogy YouTube channel, look for these videos. The first one is going to be kind of just a recap of treasure maps and without all this personal information, and just make it quick and breezy. And we'll kind of go into more detail that I don't want you to have to listen to it twice about, the changes and what's coming. But do look for the video about the treasure maps, Rise from the Ashes. And also one is Find a Grave Fun Celebrity Hunting Edition. And I want to do that in a series. And by the way, toward the end of this video, I'm going to put up my address in my personal email. If you want you have a favorite celebrity and you'd like to see this done, for them as well, I'm certainly take suggestions. I've got plenty, but I think it'll be fun, entertaining, and all kind of interesting too, because, a little bit about the celebrity, but it's not about celebrities. It's about genealogy. And in this case, Find a Grave. So, and I've written courses on Find a Grave before, and Find a Grave is a wonderful resource, but there's a lot to it. But my thing is, so we do it in the celebrities, the celebrity's grave or whatever. But in the genealogy world, if you're a celebrity, that's great. But there's one of you, and there's a bunch of people connected to you. And if you're related to that bunch of people, it's a good thing. And instead of going through an intensive course through Find a Grave and this, that, and the other, that a lot of times when you take long courses, me too, a lot of times you don't remember. You have to keep going back. But if a little tip or two here, a little action step here, in a short video, I think that's going to work. And that's my whole theme for whatever I'm going to do. It's like, for video wise, it's like, it's going to be hopefully interesting to watch and compelling. And I know it'll have helpful information because that's what I do. And another regular series feature on the YouTube channel, it'll be on playlist. It will be Test Your Genealogy IQ. And it's done in the same way. Interesting, and you get to guess and everything, and you find out the right answer, but you learn a little bit along the way about how and why. But it improves your actual overall genealogy, research knowledge and skills. And the whole theme of everything I've ever done is to to kind of help, not just guide you and help you and show you this and that, but is to kind of help you change your, what I always called your research mindset, your genealogy research mindset. And also I have plenty of other genealogy videos, on the board and working it out. And I'm really excited about it. But again, they will be shorter, snappier, and hopefully entertaining. And but you'll get a tip or two and maybe action step or two, instead of 100 tips and 100 action steps at once. And of course you can watch it in a few minutes. So that's it there. But here, this is okay. I'm not mentioning this until it comes up. I'm only telling you this now. Okay. I'm ecstatic. And when you see some of this, your mind is going to be blown. 2 different categories. Keep your eyes open for this. I plan to have them out by the end of the month, and this month is February 2023, the beginning. So, oh my goodness, that I'm always talking about. If you find a lot of great genealogy information, you've got to manage it somehow. Back 20 years ago, everybody just printed everything, print. They burnt up a lot of dot matrix printers, but you can save it digitally and everything. And I've always, in my search methodology, I teach you how to save it and put it in file folders and stuff like that or whatever. But there's this new thing. It doesn't matter where your genealogy is, whether you keep it on Ancestry or Family Search or in your own genealogy software or wherever. It's an amazing thing to help you organize whatever your stuff is. So again, this is like organizational on steroids, and it's just truly amazing. I can't wait to tell you about that. And the other thing, now I saved the biggest one for last. I've kind of accidentally stumbled upon something with artificial intelligence and genealogy, and it is melting my mind. And I still need to work a little bit of that out to show you, but I'm going to show you, and you're not going to believe it. And I don't know if you've heard about news about different things about artificial intelligence or chat GPT these days, but it is truly staggering, sincerely astounding, and a little scary as well. So keep your eyes out. So much is coming. And like I say, it takes long to produce and edit videos, longer than you would think. Oh my goodness. But they're under production. The videos will be coming out in the next couple of days during the whole month. Right now, I'm putting out a call for Family History Heroes. It takes so much more time than you think it does to do videos or teach. It just does. And I'm asking if you could help support again. If you look and there's a link to a PayPal. It's a donate button. You can donate any amount, or you can set it up to pay a certain amount a month. And now is a really good time. So I'm just going to flat out ask if you can help. That'd be great. And if not, please enjoy the videos. And not only that, knowing how much effort it takes and how much knowledge you have to teach in the genealogy world. I also encourage you, if you can, to support other content creators. And I'm going to show you some really good ones. I mean, there's good people out there. I consider them my peers, and I just have my own style. And like I said, I'm just a tender-hearted Southern man with my simple biscuit and cornbread ways. And I know I'm a little quirky. I know, but it's okay. And I'm naturally exuberant. I mean, I am. But I'm genuine. I mean it. And it took so much longer. By the way, talking about taking long, it took me longer to come to this point. But I'm glad I waited, because I feel right about it. And also, ironically, a lot of the search, like pajama, my biggest course, I think the flagship course would be the Pajama Genealogy Research System, right? And so 20 years ago, you doing genealogy from home in your pajamas on your computer, it's unheard of. But now, after the pandemic and everybody living online, it's, it's not a big surprise. But a lot of the search methodology, it works even better today because there's so much more online. It's amazing. So if you do want to donate to Treasure Maps Genealogy, just click on the PayPal link. Here, I'll pull up a little graphic here to show you what it looks like. And or a lot of people in the past, over the years, some people would prefer to send a check, and that'd be great. You just make it payable to Robert Ragan, and there's the address, and it would be greatly appreciated. And it helps me, but it helps other people too, I think. So thank you so much. And as I've said so many times at the end of the newsletters, I'll say it now that we can kind of be face to face, in a digital way. God bless you and yours. I sincerely thank you so much. And so here we go. I'm excited about it, and I hope to prove to you that, hey, Treasure Maps is really pulled it together. That's my goal. All right. I'll see you in the next video.